they're sitting in class and they're sitting up learning from the teacher, and they did their extra research because they got a library at home. They got a museum at home. They got their own food at home that they make, so they have a way of being at home that they can go to school and say, my parents taught me well. My community is teaching me well. That's very important. So
before we go any further, because we're not going to be able to light all of the candles.
No, we can't do that.
But the cool thing about I'm sorry. The cool thing about lighting the Kinara is that each day there's another flame. So each day the table becomes even brighter and brighter. Just like if we practice these principles, the community will become brighter. So first there's one candle lit. Looks a little dark, black people. But then we light another candle. Wait a minute, I can see your face. And then we light another candle. Hey, what's up? I ain't seen you forever. And then as we do that, the combined illumination of these seven principles, these seven candles, is a metaphor for you to just see happening. Each night you light the candle, it gets brighter and brighter like that. And so it's a wonderful thing, and it's really not that complicated if you understand what it is that you're wanting to create and what it symbolizes. Always have a table. Don't put your Kwanzaa table up here because the kids can't see it. You have to put it down to where they can see it, and you can keep explaining stuff to them, and then they'll get it, and then they'll live it.
Another component that actually is rarely discussed, which he already discussed, is actually the light. The light is in fact one of the components to the table. Without the light, the table is just simply a fixture.
Darkness.
Yeah. So the light is very important. So I mean, you can go on and give more and more, really give length and breadth to it. But the light is very important. Yeah. So we have all of these fundamental practices that are all coming together. Number one, Kwanzaa is not a religion. Okay. It is a culture. It is a welcome mat to yourself. It is not a religion. Now, you might hear us say amen, you might hear us say ashe, right? That's how we give our faith to our faith. But ultimately, the major thing is really we are giving to who we are. We're embracing ourselves. So you might have family who's Muslim, you might have family who's Christian, you might have family who's whatever religion, Buddhist, all of those things. But that doesn't, this is not something to negate you from your faith and responsibilities to who you believe in. This is for you to believe deeper in yourself and understand how amazing God is.
And because it's a cultural celebration, it doesn't clash with your spirituality.
Absolutely.
It's a cultural thing. It's like going to Pancho V and getting a burrito. They're sharing their culture with you.
Right.
So you can go to Pancho V and get this yumptious, scrummy burrito. That is a cultural sharing of their food. This is a cultural sharing of who we are, our community, like that. So normally we would sing, lift every voice and sing on the front end, but I thought that it would complement what we just talked about if we sang it now, all together at the end, so that everything that we're saying to you will reveal itself in this lyric. This was written by James Weldon Johnson for a visit to his school by Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington was a young boy that was a slave. He was born into slavery, but he didn't stay a slave. All he wanted to do was read. That was the thing that drove him, to be able to read. He worked in the salt mines with his father. When he was old enough to go to school, there was a school called the Hampton School. Hampton School was about as far as from here to Sacramento.
Whoa.
But he didn't have a car, and he was a slave and didn't have a horse.
Whoa.
How do you think he got to the Hampton School?
Whoa.
Booker T. Washington walked to Sacramento
Whoa.
for his. Now, you look at our children, and what they're willing to do. I'm saying that the heavy lifting was done. He was born a slave. He was born with no hope.
You walked to Sacramento.
When he got to school, he said, I really need to attend this school. They said, we don't have any more room. He said, no, I walked here from San Francisco. She said, we still don't have any. He said, well, could I clean up? Could I be your janitor? She said, yes, go ahead and clean up the room, but I just can't promise you anything. Booker T. Washington cleaned the classroom so sparkling clean until the lady, when she came back, was amazed with what he had done. Now, this was just in cleaning, but he had done it on such an excellent level that the lady said, yes, you can attend the Hampton School if you'll be our janitor. And he was just like, not a problem.
I say.
But I'm saying that no was not okay with him. He had just walked there. So he did what he needed to do. And he became the principal of that school, and then he went on to found Tuskegee University. Wow. I mean, man. I know that story, and it still amazes me when I hear it. This song was written for him when he came to visit. It was just a poem. A year later, his brother put it to words. And that's what they called the Negro National Anthem at the time. We haven't been Negroes in a long time. So they call it the Black National Anthem, or Lift Every Voice and Sing. If I could get Brother Sean to bring his lovely Imani and his faith up here, we'll see if she can help us to light our black candle for our candle lighting.
Beautiful.
If you'll stand down here,
Your
your dad's going to do like this.
You know, the important thing about these events are they're made to really give the children, really give them all of the faith and responsibility. Do you have any more young kids that can come up here behind Imani and just support her?
I say.